So let me talk about the beginnings and the end. First of all, let me talk about a relationship. And this is screaming out to me some type of a creative endeavor or a love relationship. Um, this is your energy, Scorpio, and you show up here as somebody who is, this is not like a foolhardy, infatuated, puppy love type of an energy. Okay. I feel like a lot of you are in a relationship here where somebody is really boosting your self-esteem. Somebody is very dedicated to you, is very committed to you, and has been kind of like very emotionally supportive to you. So I feel for some of you, you're dealing with this person here. This is a fire sign. So a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, or somebody that exhibits, embodies this energy. This person is very black or white. They're very honest, very faithful, and they're very caring, but they have a detached energy. Okay. They don't give their energy away to deadbeats. They don't give their energy away to dead ends relationships, dead end projects, dead end work. They're very versatile, and I feel like they're quite popular. Okay. So it's somebody that either, has her own business, has a lot of skills under her belt, her or his belt. And because the cards are gender neutral, it's somebody that is, I feel like, quite intelligent. Okay. Don't take this relationship for granted in any capacity. Don't take it for granted. I feel that you need to express yourself. Like, you need to, show them how you feel. And you need to give them a sense of stability, because I feel like they're kind of darting around, quite adventurous, moving on to the next thing. So if you like this person and you want this person to be in your life and you want to build something, you are going to need to embody this energy where you speak from the heart. Tell them how you feel. Allow your feelings to lead the conversation so that they know where they stand with you. Because I feel like they're looking at you and they're like, is the Scorpio committed to me? You're looking at them and you're thinking vice versa. Is this person committed to me? Am I enough? So I feel like there's an element here about, am I enough for this person? And then the other person thinking the same thing. Am I enough for the Scorpio person? So I feel that expressing yourself, speaking from the heart, allowing this situation to empower you and allow, because I feel like you're dealing with somebody that is very good. Okay. And it's going to be good for you to express yourself so that they feel safe and secure in the relationship and they're willing to invest a lot more. So I feel like you've got somebody, either somebody that you're very attracted to and you're trying to build something together, because I feel like news, communication, and things like that coming back and forth between you and the other person. And I also feel feelings have been reciprocated. Okay. And so moving forward, really express how you feel, because I feel like they're looking at other options too. So if you're not making your feelings known, you might lose out on a very good catch. So that's the thing I'm sensing here. What I'm also feeling here, and let me talk about, the opposite ends of the spectrum here. There was a relationship, significant relationship in your life where it was somewhat karmic. It was a very, very heavy emotional burden of a relationship for you. And at first, it felt very, like idealistic. It felt very faded. It felt very karmic. It felt like no matter what, you kept running into each other. And I feel like you put too much emphasis on the fact that it's faded, it's karmic, and you might not see the reality of the situation where you're not compatible, where the other person really did a number on you. They might have prevented you from ever seeking financial stability, right? Like there was something when you're together with them, your blessings become lessened as in, it's not coming in as strongly, it's not very stable. And so I feel like you have emotionally withdrawn yourself from this situation. And it took you a long time to heal. It took you a long time to get over it. You might have gone wild after, getting out of this relationship, like, started dating, started wanting to have a very good time and things like that. And I also feel for others of you, You've left the relationship, so that's not really a problem. But there are children in the picture. So you are kind of like bound by, legality. You can't really venture out of your geographical location if there are children, custody issues, custody arrangements in the picture, right? There might also be, child support considerations as well. So I feel like on the one hand, the energy for this month, there's a lot of talks of travel, of seeing new things, of expanding outside of our geographical location, of grabbing new opportunities when it comes to work, when it comes to life, when it comes to just opportunities to allow yourself to travel and to experience the new. But contractually, you're not able to do that contractually, and you are a very, very loyal sign. So for example, if you work with if you work with a boss, right, your boss trusts you and your boss wants you to kind of like pass the mantle down to you, and you might have like a verbal agreement and you stick by it, and you're just like, no, I'm not going to go anywhere because I promised this person that I'm going to do this. And so promises actually mean a lot to you. And this is the month in which these promises that are made, you need to re-examine whether or not they are holding you back, or whether or not you're making them because they prove to be stable, or whether you're making them because out of that sense of obligation. And whether or not these contracts, these verbal agreements, these promises were made, I guess like it's not under duress because no one can corner you, but I feel that it's becoming very restrictive. It's kind of curbing your ability to move about. It's curbing your ability to really take time off to travel. It's really curbing your ability to find other options that might be a lot more like financially lucrative for you. But then on the other hand, I do sense that, Scorpios, you have a lot of skills here. And one of the major asset that you bring to the table is, and this is just, what I'm feeling, your ability to make the other person feel very at ease, okay? And if you meet new people, they talk to you, you can, pinpoint exactly, okay, so here's where I feel like, you're struggling. And here's my proposed solution. So I feel like you're a very solution-oriented type of a sign. You don't like it when people are distressed, and you would do everything in your power to make them feel a lot better. And so what I feel happening overall is that you have a lot of skills. You have social skills, people skills, problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills. And you need to really reassess whether or not, these promises where you're making on the work front, on the career front, whether or not they're holding you back, or whether or not they are still viable for you in this present moment. Have you maxed out all the skills? And do you need something more? Do you need something a lot more exciting? Okay. So I feel like that's pretty much one of the problems we're looking at and we're going to be dealing with for the month of July. I'm sensing for some people too, there might be a significant relationship partner, okay? Especially if the relationship has been very rocky, if the relationship is like, yes or no, are we getting back together or are we broken up for good? What's going to happen? I feel that the person is going to be choosing to walk away, or you are like, growing quite impatient and you're going to be the one to make the split and physically walk away. I feel like there's some changes happening in your home environment here, where somebody might be moving in, somebody might be moving out. It could also be work related. It could be also career related, where somebody lands a job, they're thinking about traveling and they're going to be out of the picture, especially if you're living with them, if you're living with roommates, if you're living with family members, there's going to be some restructuring within the home environment. Because of all these changes happening to everybody around you, I feel like on an emotional level too, you're just like, wow, everybody's moving to bigger new things, like when is my turn going to come? And so there's a little bit of a wanderlust type of energy coming into the picture for you. And you're thinking about, wow, my life would be very different if I lived here. Or, if I moved here, what is my life going to look like? So I feel like a lot of hypotheticals running through your head regarding where you are right now. Yes, things are good. Things are safe. I feel like it's safe. But is it exciting enough? Is it stimulating enough? Are you still learning new things? Are you still finding personal enjoyment in the work that you do, in the geographical location? Are there enough things that stimulate you? So I feel like on the one hand, there's a lot of stability, but on the other hand, opportunities are not coming in plentifully. When it comes to like, meeting the right people, making the right connections, meeting the right professional contacts. Okay. I honestly would urge you, if you are signing new contracts, just look them over, just mull them over, sleep on it, give it some time, chew on it. Okay, chew on it. I feel that's going to be important for you. Um, I'm getting this message here, and this is not going to apply to everybody, but I'm feeling like some of you, you love to travel, and I feel like, overseas travel. Okay. And I feel like this is not, a stereotypical Scorpio trait, but I feel like when you travel, you feel very invigorated. And, if you travel in a different country where you are ethnically different from the people, you really stand out, right? You really stand out, and you feel like, wow, it's kind of like a make believe, a pretend environment, mainly because you're there as a tourist. You're not there as, as a person that's living there. And so everything becomes heightened and magnified. All the emotions just feel very real. And then when you come back to, wherever you live, it just feels like very mundane. It feels very monotonous. And so there's this hunger for new experiences. There's this push for you to kind of like live a little bit more on the edge, like taking risks, doing something you've never done before, reaching out to another person that you might have, overlooked in the past, and wanting to reconnect with them. And I feel like if it's somebody that you've left behind for quite some time, they might have already moved on. Okay. So I feel like, there's an inner child coming out of you where you want to do something new. You want to do something exciting, where you want to kind of like, scrap the responsibilities and let me just do this, get it out of my system. That's what it feels like to me. And so they're really telling you, examining, new things, contracts that is going to lead you to the next phase, really looking at them, looking at the fine print, and looking at, like, why is this burst of energy coming in that's forcing me to feel so strongly, or to, gear me towards a specific direction? Like, why does it feel so singular? And are there other things that I can do? Do I have other options? Because I feel like you do have other options. So don't look at things too fatalistically. Okay. So I hope this is helpful for you, because I feel like there's a lot of energies that you're dealing with, but it is work finance related. And it is also, overall, relationship as well. Taking relationships to the next level, stabilizing a relationship even.